Hey y'all, welcome to Sports Babes. Let's go to NASCAR Part 2.
Okay, so if NASCAR fans even admit that the cars are the stars, then are these drivers even athletes?
Absolutely. I mean, they lose, well, for any reason that people should want to be a NASCAR driver, they lose about 12 pounds a race from the endurance in there.
Just I need to go driving right now when I leave.
Where's the track?
It is. I mean, they're mentally fried after these things. It really is all about stamina and endurance and precision. That's really the key.
But could you consider something a sport when you need something else to mechanically help you do something?
Yeah, absolutely. What about horse racing? Is that not a sport?
It's not mechanics, though. It's not something machine-like.
What about basketball? Okay. If you didn't have the basketball, you'd just be running up the court.
Here's a good example. So basically what it is, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is that NASCAR is almost that the driver's like your point guard, right? He's the one controlling the court. He's the one, making, in this case, mechanics better. He's the one that knows the strategies. And those of you who did watch the Daytona 500, I don't know if they got a close-up of Dale Earnhardt Jr. or what, but I'm watching his hands go 8 different times a minute, and I didn't really understand why, but...
Well, they're doing that because the car's handling poorly. If the car was handling great, I mean, it's really minor motions because, I mean, the straightaways are about a half a mile, so, I mean, literally, you're in there just going straight, turn, straight, turn. I mean, you think about, they go around the track in like 45 seconds and 2.5 miles, so if the car's handling well, you don't see any of that.
Well, what about the belief that it is a redneck sport? Where is it popular?
I was so curious about this, and I have to admit, I was online researching this just because the topic intrigued me so much. What I did find out is that actually 75 million viewers are now watching NASCAR.
Yeah.
That's right under the NFL. I mean, it's the second most viewed sport in America. I mean, it's growing, and the thing that I think is most important now is there was a mentality of the redneck sport, especially in the 60s and the 70s. Now, at the children being born in the 80s and the 90s, this is being viewed as more of a modern day sport.
Well, I think and it's got an international flair now. We've got Juan Pablo Montoya. He's going to break it out. This is like a $1.9 billion industry. 40% of the people watching it are women, so it's not a redneck sport. But here's the thing that people don't realize. California holds more drivers in NASCAR than any other state. Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, the winner of the Daytona 500, Casey Mears, Robbie Gordon, David Gillen, all these guys are California guys, the Busch brothers from Las Vegas. It's not Southern redneck guys that are driving race cars.
It's all that practice on the freeways, let me tell you.
I love our LA freeways.
That's what makes them good.
All right, guys, that's it for right now, so check us.
Hey, I'm Lauren, and from all of us here at Sports Babes, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Keep the comments rolling because we heard you loud and clear. You don't want any of the fluff. You want the facts, Jack. So that's what we're going to give you.